The next one is on page 182. On page 182, we have a little riddle. We have a riddle at the top. Okay, so a riddle is a kind of a very easy joke that has two parts. It has one question and one answer. And the question, the funny part of it is always because of a homonym. Do you know homonym? No. A homonym, two words are homonyms if they have the same sound, the same pronunciation, but they have different meanings. Maybe they have different spellings and different meanings too. So this one says, what's black and white and red all over? What's black and white and red all over? I don't know, I give up. What is it? What is that? And the answer is a newspaper. Get it? Red and red. No, some of you are looking at me like, I don't understand. Okay, look at me. I will try to explain to you. You know black, right? Like my hair is black. Okay, what is white? You know this color white? Okay, so black and white, and what else? Red. All right, so when you first hear the sound, all right, red, you hear what's black and white and red all over. You think of those three colors, but the answer is not about three colors. It's only about two colors and one verb. Black and white would be like, well, let's say this is a newspaper, okay? A black and white newspaper means the black print on the white paper. But the word read, R-E-A-D, is the past participle of the verb to read. So you read the newspaper. I read, you read, they read, she reads the newspaper. The newspaper is read all over the world. The newspaper is read all over. So that word read means the past participle of read. So when we say what is black and white and red all over, then we know the first two are the colors, and the second one is the action. Okay? So maybe your English is a little bit weak now, but later on, when you hear riddles like this, you can try to understand them. What's black and white and red all over? A newspaper. Get it, huh? Red, red and red. So the two homonyms are R-E-D, red, the color, and R-E-A-D, read, the past participle of the verb to read. Got it? Okay, so are you ready for part 3, listening for examples? Listening for examples. So in this section, listening for examples, what is the theme? What is the topic? Sociological effects of laughter. Some of you got stuck in that word. Okay, let's look at the word. Sociological. How many syllables do we have? Sociological. 6 syllables. Wow. Okay. Sociological. Yeah. That's 6. And the stress is on the fourth one. Watch me. Watch me. Sociological. Sociological. Okay, everybody, go with me. Just say this part. Say logical. No, let's just say the end. Let's just say the part with the stress. Say logical. Logical. Beautiful. Say it again. Logical. Logical. Sociological. 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 Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. So now we're listening to the sociological effects of laughter. Let's see what we have.
Part 4.
Part 4.
Have you ever heard
of part 3. Part
3. What do people laugh at?
Jokes.
Jokes. Riddles.
Funny stories.
Humorous stories.
Slapstick.
Slapstick.
Sitcoms.
Comedy shows, TV sitcoms, cartoons. Those are things that are designed to make people laugh, aren't they? But what other things make people laugh? People laugh at things that are ridiculous, foolish, or silly, or surprising, or unexpected. Or they laugh about certain topics, depending on their age or interests. Oh, yeah, and people laugh at themselves. Do you ever laugh at yourself?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
As comedian Bill Cosby says, if you can laugh at it, you can survive it. We don't all laugh at the same things, do we?
Not really.
No. The sense of humor varies among individuals, changes from childhood.
Okay, I'm going to stop there so we can discuss the first part A. In exercise part A, it says people laugh at different things. Number one, things that are designed to make people laugh include what? Jokes, riddles, humorous stories, slapstick, comedy shows, TV sitcoms, and cartoons. All right, so when people make those, so what does slapstick mean? Ask me again with good grammar.
What does slapstick mean?
What does slapstick mean? That was part of our test last lesson, right? Some of you did well, but some of you didn't make a good sentence. So let's practice the question. What does slapstick mean? Ask me.
What does slapstick mean?
Again.
What does slapstick mean?
Okay. What does slapstick mean? No S on that word. Mean is a base form because we have does. Does something mean? What does slapstick mean? So slapstick is a kind of humor that you can see. It's physical humor. For example, you know Charlie Chaplin, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't talk, did he? Did he talk in his movies?
No.
Especially the early ones. He didn't talk at all. But you laughed anyway, didn't you? Because you could see physical humor. You can see, for example, suppose we have a banana peel on the floor over there, and then you see somebody walking up like this. Then you know the person is going to go whoop and then fall on the floor, right? And then you're going to laugh. So that's a kind of humor that's easy to see. It's kind of exaggerated, right? A movement that is very exaggerated, but it's made, the movements aren't done to make people laugh. So there's other kinds of humor like riddles and jokes. You have to understand the language, right? If you don't know the vocabulary or the grammar or the culture, it's hard to understand the jokes. But for slapstick, you just watch it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what language it is. You can probably understand it very well, right? Okay. Any other questions? All right, so we go on to number 2? Yeah. What do we have for number 2? Actions include ridiculous, foolish, silly, surprising, and unexpected. So all of these kinds of actions can make people laugh. Any questions about these words?
I don't know what means silly.
Okay, I don't know what silly means.
I don't know what silly means.
Good. Everyone say, I don't know what silly means.
I don't know what silly means.
I want to know what silly means.
I want to know what silly means.
Can you tell me what silly means?
Can you tell me what silly means?
Sure, I can tell you. Silly means kind of funny in a gentle way, not too big, but silly. For example, when you play a little joke on someone, it's not long laughter or big laughter, but it is something that makes you laugh for a short time. Then that might be something silly. All right, so silly is a kind of funny, but it's a little bit more gentle, a little bit smaller. What else? Are there words you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3, topics depending on age or interests. Okay, watch me. Watch me. Interests.
Interest.
Interests.
Interest.
Interests.
Interest.
All right, so laughter can be depending on different topics, depending on your age, your interest. For example, people who are interested in cars might laugh at this something, and people who are interested in swimming might laugh at another thing, and people who are interested in foreign movies might laugh at another thing. How about different age? Young people might laugh at this thing, and then older people might laugh at that thing. So depending on age and interests. How about number 4? Themselves. People laugh at themselves. Right. Do you ever laugh at yourself? Yeah, sometimes I laugh at myself. Oh, what a silly thing I did. Oh, okay. So let's go on to listening to the next part
Adulthood,
about
Maybe,
about the sense of humor.
no. The sense of humor varies among individuals, changes from childhood to adulthood, and may be different from one culture to another. I'm sure you've heard other people laughing at something, but you don't think it's humorous at all. Maybe you like to watch a certain comedy, but it isn't funny to your mother, is it? What is,
Okay, so we see the sense of humor varies. Varies. Okay, can I ask you? I can ask you. Is it a noun or a verb? The verb varies. The word varies. Is it a noun or a verb?
No.
Now.
Varies. Okay, look at the sentence again. Sense of humor varies. Sense of humor varies.
It's now.
I'm not giving you a choice of adjective. I'm just giving you a choice of noun or verb.
Now.
Sense of humor varies. Okay, you have to pull out your grammar knowledge. You have to turn on your grammar monitor. Sense of humor varies. Verb, not an adjective, not an adverb. Either noun or verb. All right. What's the subject? Sense of humor. That's the subject. And the sense of humor does what? It varies. What does vary mean? Changes. Differs. All right. What is the base form of this verb? How do you spell it? The base form of this verb. Vary, spelled V-A-R-Y. But this one is the sense of humor, singular. Varies, V-A-R-I-E-S. So the sense of humor changes, or it differs from one group to another, from one person to another. And the sense of humor varies among individuals. All right? And the sense of humor changes from childhood to adulthood. Right, from childhood to adulthood. And the sense of humor differs from one culture to another culture. Do you think that people laugh at the same thing in your home country as they do here? Maybe they'll laugh something different, right? Yeah, if there are some differences. Okay, now let's listen to the part where it's talking about the purpose of laughter.
what's the purpose of laughter?
What is the purpose of laughter?
Many researchers believe that the purpose of laughter has to do with making human connections and strengthening them. I mean, think about it. Do you laugh more when you are with friends or with strangers?
Friends.
You laugh when you feel comfortable with people, don't you? Uh-huh. Yep. The researchers have found that bonding occurs with laughter. People feel closer to each other through laughter. People make a friendly laugh when they meet an old friend, for example. You don't laugh much when you're all by yourself, do you? Well, researchers found that you're 30 times more likely to laugh when you're with other people than you are when you're alone. In fact, when you're alone, you're more likely to talk out loud to yourself than you are to laugh out loud. Much more. Laughter is not just a response to humor, like laughing at a joke. Laughter is a form of social bonding. Laughter is a social activity.
Okay, so remember, the doctor who was doing this research is not a medical doctor, but he's probably a doctor of philosophy in psychology. He's doctor of psychology. So the psychologist wants to know what is going on with laughter, how does it affect the mind and the emotion. So here his conclusion is that the purpose of laughter is to make human, what? What is the word? Connections. Right. So the purpose of laughter is to make human connections. And what do we know? Do we laugh more with our friends? Yes, than strangers. Sure, we laugh more with friends. At the beginning of this chapter, you interviewed your friends, And you ask them that question. And what did they say? They laugh more with their friends than with strangers, right? Okay. And number 2, we laugh more when?
You feel
Comfortable, right. So you laugh more when you feel comfortable. You don't laugh very much when you feel scared, right? You don't laugh too much when you feel nervous. You know, on test day, I never hear my students laughing very hard. Okay, so you laugh more when you feel comfortable. Do you feel comfortable now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good. How about number 3? You laugh 30 times more with others than alone. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Yeah. So, yeah, you laugh with others more, much, much, much more than if you are alone. So it's better for you to be with other people than to be alone. Yeah. Okay, so it tells you at the end, laughter is a form of what? Social bonding. You know, when you get glued together, you know, friends, and then you get tight, really tight, like, oh, you're really good friends? Okay, social bonding. Laughter helps us make friends with each other and bond with each other. So that's very nice. Okay, are you ready for the next part?